show you what I'm talking about. Okay. These are your corners. We're in between corners. This is going to be considered a side. Because it's a side, the top, well, all four sides, just the sides now, will get a single V-stitch. Only the corners get the 2 V-stitches and the chain 3. So we're going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, work our corner. We're going to put V-stitch, chain 1, V-stitch, actually V-stitch, chain 3, then another V-stitch is what it amounts to. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. All right, and then your corner is made. You now have a side and a corner. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go right into your side V-stitch. You've done the corner. This is now a side. As this blanket grows, you're going to get more and more sides, but you're always only going to have the 4 corners. So you're only going to have 4 corners that will have the 4 double crochets with chain 1s and chain 3s. Okay? Chain 1. Okay, chain 5. And go right in here to this single crochet. And do your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain, 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. All in that same single crochet between the 2 fans in your corner. Now this is kind of what you're going to have. It's going to be around all 4 corners, but you're going to have corners and you're going to have 1 V-stitch in between. That is your side. Okay? It's setting up the framework for the next round of 7 double crochets in each of these. And corner is done. Now, I'm going to do this last chain 5 and slip stitch, and then we're going to count and make sure that I've got everything I need for the next round, okay? Again, I want to emphasize how counting is important. 3, 4, 5. For this double crochet, well, I said we were. There we go. Okay, now. There we go. Then slip stitch right to the center to get in that chain 1 space. There you are. So, now, this is what you have so far. How pretty is that? Isn't that pretty? That would make, at that size, a hot pad or a soup bowl coaster, something big enough for a soup bowl. Okay. Now let's see if y'all can do it on your own. Do you know what you're going to do with this V-stitch? All V-stitches get 7 double crochet. So you're going to do 7, anchor the chain, 7, single crochet, 7, anchor the chain, 7, anchor the chain, 7, single crochet, 7, anchor the chain. Have camera view. 7, anchor the chain. 7, single crochet. 7, anchor the chain. 7, anchor the chain. 7, single crochet. 7, anchor the chain, and come back to here. Okay, you'll slip stitch into that first double crochet of the round. I'm going to let you go. It's on film now. You can go back and review that. But I want to go on and get this done, and I'm going to come back to you later. Bye. See you in a bit. I'm going to try to give you all one more tip when you're making your fans. You don't want a long loop. This is coming right out of that single crochet. You don't want a long loop going into your next double crochet. Try to keep that tightened down to the top of that single crochet. Keep your hook laying down parallel to your work. Reach in and pull that around and hold on to all of it. Okay, and it keeps it closer to your work. Otherwise, you could end up with something that looks like this. See how big that gap is? How tall that little loop is? You don't want that. You want everything to be close to the work. I mean, unless you're intending to make something super lacy. So, yarn over your hook, but keep this loop, the original loop, close to that single crochet. Yarn over, lay your hook parallel to your work, and keep it that way until you get this first stitch done. Okay? Oops, gotta get through that one. There. Okay, now that's a big enough gap. You don't want anything any bigger than that. Okay? And then do the rest of your double crochets in that band as usual. Just try to keep everything kind of close. Not tight necessarily, but close. So you don't lose the shape of your fan. It's got to look like a fan, not a sloppy mess. Okay? I just wanted to give you that real quick. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to anchor this last chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch, and this round is done. Was that fun or what? Did you notice anything happening? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7. Did you notice that your blanket actually grew while you were working on it? How many V-stitches are you going to have in this next round? You're always going to have the 4 corners. Let me see if I can get this up here. 4 corners. Well, what do you got now? We had just 1 on that last round on each side, right? Well, now we're going to have 2. Everywhere there's a single crochet in the sides and in the top and in the bottom is going to be a V-stitch. When you come around with the next round of framework, you're going to have the corners as usual, but you're going to have 2 V-stitches on each side. When you come around the next round, after we get done with the 7 double crochet, in the round that follows this framework round that we're getting ready to do, well, you're going to have 3 on each side. Now, let me see. What did we say that was, or did we even measure? I guess we did, didn't we? All right. The first set measured about 1 inch and 2¼ inches, right? There it is. And I'm at the bottom of this V-stitch to the bottom of that V-stitch right there. That's about 2¼ inches. The next set measures about 4 3/4. So it's growing about 2½ inches. The next set measures 7 inches. You see what I'm saying? This is going to grow very quickly. All right. We're going to do the framework, and the only reason I got back on here really was to show you one more time how to do this frame, because this starting one, you got to go behind you. So you slip stitched to your first double crochet of the round. You're going to chain up one, give yourself some room to work. You're going to come around and go into this single crochet right at the top of that single crochet and pull through your yarn. Now, pull it up a little, give yourself some room to work. Pull through one, and this takes some finagling. And through the second one. I want to get that away from it. There, through two. And then through two, chain one. And then we're going to do the next double crochet in that same single crochet. All right, so now you got a V-stitch. Yes, it looks wonky. Don't worry about it. No matter how you do that stitch, that first one's always going to look wonky. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then carry on. You have now 2 V-stitches on each side with the chain one in them only. Okay? And then you still got the 4 corners with 2 V-stitches in each corner with the chain 3 in between. Did I make that sound confusing? But you can see you got 2 V-stitches now. We'll do one more side, and then I'll cut you all loose to finish the framework. And then I want to just stay off until you get the 7 double crochet in each V-stitch. When we come back, we're going to change colors. I'm standing here talking and I'm not counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. When I come back to you, we will be ready to finish off that last round of double crochet. And then we will change colors, okay? See you in a bit. Okay. Let's get anchored into this first double crochet. Both loops. There we go. So slip stitch there, slip stitch to the center. Let's take a look at what you've got. You should have a frame that looks like this now. You see it? 1, 2 on each side, corners. 1, 2, corner. 1, 2, corner. You probably can't see that real well. But corner, then 1 here and 1 here and another corner. Whereas in the last round you had 1. Now you got 2. The time before that you didn't have any. We just made the frame to get the corners started. Then you had the corners plus 1. Then you had corners plus, now you got corners plus 2. You see how your blanket's growing? This will be our last round of 7 double crochet in each of these V-stitches. Let's recap. 7, anchor, 7, anchor, 7, single crochet in the chain 3, 7, anchor, 7, anchor, 7, anchor. Did you see what I just did? Anchor, anchor, anchor. Those anchors with your V-stitches, your single crochet, are going to turn into V-stitches in the next round. After we get through all of this, the next round is going to have 3 of these instead of 2. You're going to grow. Okay? But in every side V-stitch, side V-stitch, side V-stitch, side V-stitch, you're going to put 7 double crochet. There are no chains in between all this work. But you are going to anchor with a single crochet each of these chain 5s to the 4th of these 7 double crochets, okay? So you're going to anchor it here, anchor, and anchor. All right? In the middle, you're going to do 7 double crochets, single crochet in the chain 3, 7 double crochet, okay? Do all that and come back. I'll meet you when we're about to slip stitch to close the round. Okay, we're back. I'm getting ready to anchor this last 5 chain, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch to close the round. All right, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's hard for me sometimes to see those V's, so I count. All right. Now, I want to undo that in a minute because this is the round we change colors. But how pretty is that? You like that? I know I do. Let me get this camera up just a bit. There. Give us a little more room to work here. Now, we're going to, I need my scissors because we're going to change colors. I'm going to get the baby Bernat out. Baby, what did I call it? Baby Softy. Now, I'm going to also up my hook size because I'm dropping a yarn size here, going from a 4 to a 3. So, I'm going to show you how to change colors. I didn't mean to go quite that far. And we're going to go in that stitch and hold. I love this baby yarn. It is such a pretty soft blue. Can y'all see how soft a blue that is? Man, that's pretty. I don't have any pink or yellow of this. I'm not even sure they make this anymore, but you know, you can use anything you want. But did you see what I just did? I guess I ought to go back, and I want this one now. I have now changed hooks to the 5.5 millimeter, okay? Now, all I've got is a loop where I just started I did the, what is it I'm trying to say? I did the single crochet to anchor that last 5 chain. Let me get this out of the way. And I've started just the slip stitch. I was just going to go in to that, and then instead of using the white to finish the slip stitch, I'm going to use this blue. I'm going to come in, and I'm going to use both loops of that, or both strands, to anchor it in place for the moment. Now, and that's how I change colors. I'm going to do something here that's going to make a lot of crocheters cringe, because I'm going to tie this in a knot. Just one knot, because I don't want this getting away from me. Now, we're going to drop the tail, and we're going to use this to start this whole process now. So we're going to chain up 1, just as usual. There we go. Yarn over and come back behind ourselves again. Come back behind under that single crochet. We have to start around a frame, okay, and then chain 1, and then go back in. Okay, V-stitch, chain 5. Did I do 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And V-stitch. That's a double crochet, chain 1. This yarn can be a little fiddly, but I don't really care because I really like it. Okay. Chain 5, 1, 2, oops, 3, 4. Did you see how it gets away from you? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. V-stitch in that single crochet. Oh no, that didn't work out right. I missed my hole there. Okay. And look how pretty that is. Okay, now, that's the only color change I'm going to do. You won't need any more instruction from me because this is it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Corner. What do we do in a corner? Say it with me. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, stop, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. All right, that's a corner. This yarn is a little finer, not too much finer, but you know, it's a little bit finer. It's a little bit lighter, which is why I went to the larger hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double crochet in the single crochet. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I've got the frame finished for this round, except I haven't done my final chain 5 or anchored it. I mean, slip stitched it to close the round. But before we go there, let's count. I didn't do this before. I sort of did, but I didn't. It wasn't obvious. Let's make sure that every stitch or every V-stitch has 2 legs and a chain 1. And every corner has 4 legs, a chain 3 and 2 chain 1s. We just don't want to mess up our V-stitches at this point. This is starting to get a little bit large. Not big, but a little bit large. So we've still got, and check it out, we have, and there's 2, 2, 2, all right, 3 on each side, and 4 corners. So we've grown again. All right, let's do the chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slip stitch it to the top of this. Right here, be fine. And then we're going to go right inside, slip stitch to the inside of that. And we're ready to start this double crochet round. But I want you to get in that habit, because once you get about halfway through this blanket and it's huge, if you find that you have missed a stitch, you're going to be faced with, do I try to insert a stitch? And there's plenty of YouTubes on video about how to do that. You can insert a missed stitch. And I would do a search on YouTube for inserting or making a missed double crochet stitch, because it's not going to be a single crochet that you miss here. Anyhow, and if you miss, I'd rather see you do that. And it'll be a little bit messy, but it won't be too bad. Basically it's a chain 3. You hook in, chain 3, and hook to your other work. You anchor it down, and then you can cut off the tails after you've woven them in. But it's more tails to weave in. It's a little bit more work. But it's better than frogging all this out to get back to that one that you missed. Unless it's just a couple of stitches. You know, if it's just a few, it's okay. All right, let's do this. First thing I'm going to do is the stacked single crochet, per usual. Okay. No chains. This is the 7 double crochets. And I'm going to do the first one and leave you all to get all the rest of them. Okay? That's one. Believe it or not, that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, all right. Then anchor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go right into the next one. 7 double crochet. Remember what I told you about keeping it close to the work for that first one, so you don't get a real big gap. You're going to have a gap. There's no keeping it absolutely flush. There's no point in having a big gap, though. You know what else is nice about this stitch? It makes its own border as you go. You don't have to have another border to go on it. Unless you want a straight edge and you come back and put shells in between, and that would straighten the edge, and then do a single crochet around. It's just not necessary, because it makes its own border as you go. All right, I'm going to turn you loose to get it done. This has been fun. This is your blanket. You can make it as large or small as you want. You can stop at the coaster size or the soup bowl coaster size, or you can continue on and make a baby blanket, a wrap. You can continue on and make any bed blanket, or just a simple lapgan. An Afghan go across your lap blanket. It is square, and you can make it as large or small as you want. You can put any color in it that you want. You can use any kind of yarn that you want. I would caution you about yarn size. Actually, that's 7. Don't get anything too chunky, because then your fans won't show up right. And whatever yarn you do decide to use whatever hook size it says on the package. All right? And if you change up yarns like I've done here, go from a 4 to a 3, you're going to have to go up at least a 0.5 millimeter on your hook size to try to keep your shells a little bit uniform. In fact, they're still a little bit small. I may go up to a 6. Awful pretty, though, aren't they? Very pretty. It'll be fine at this. I'm not going to change it now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. I'm going to cut you loose to finish yours up. If you all get one made using this pattern, or any colors that you want to use, email it to me. Let me see your finished work, okay? I'd be happy to look at that. I also have a Facebook page. It's Donna's Stitch in Time on Facebook. Be careful you get the right one. I think there's another one down in Texas, though. Mine, in fact, says Donna's Stitch in Time of Kentucky, to separate me from that gal down in Texas. Okay, you all take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay. Here it is. Now, it's not completely finished. I wanted to put about, I don't know, 4 more rounds on it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 more rounds will do it. It right now is 14 inches across, 14 and a half. Yeah, that'll make it about 18 inches, no, 18 and 22 inches square, and that'll be plenty big enough for a newborn. So, what do you think? Isn't that pretty? Let me get it up a little bit so y'all can see it better, I think. I mean, it's not like I haven't told you it isn't done. It isn't done, but there it is. I just love the color of that blue. I really do. And I like the way these two contrast one against the other. So there it is. Okay. You can find it completed on my Etsy shop in a day or so. That'll be Donna's Stitch in Time on Etsy. So if you like what you've seen today, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I got plenty of other videos that are already there. I got 30 already on, plus this one makes 31. And most of them are about crochet, some are not. And there's more coming down the pike. And I appreciate each and every one of you. As of the filming of this, recording of this particular episode, I'm over 1,000 subscribers. And that's all due to you guys. And I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. And I thank you very much. I am not yet monetized because I still have to get my watch hours up. But I've got the rest of this year and into next spring to get that done. And I'll be fine by then. Okay. You all have a great one. Thank you ever so much. Give me a thumbs up. Share the video. And subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to hit the bell too, and that way you'll always know when I've posted another video. Have a good night. Appreciate all of you. Bye.